When people think about the fall of Rome, the same scenes usually come to mind. Barbarians at the gates, collapsing legions, palace intrigues. But the truth is this: empires usually don't fall because of blows from the outside. They collapse by rotting from within. And at the center of that rot, almost always, is money. Rome didn't fall only because of invasions. It fell because its money collapsed. And what's even more interesting is that this story doesn't belong only to Rome. It is still relevant today. Let's go back to the beginning for a moment. For centuries, the heart of Rome's economy was the silver denarius. It was almost pure silver. Everyone trusted it. Soldiers were paid with it. Merchants traded with it. Ordinary people stored their savings in it. The denarius wasn't just a coin. It was trust in physical form. As long as people trusted Rome, they trusted its money. But keeping a vast empire standing isn't cheap. Armies, roads, wars, rebellions, all of it costs money. Over time, Rome's expenses began to exceed its income. Raising taxes would anger the people, so the emperors chose an easier path, reducing the silver content of the coin. At first, hardly anyone noticed, but the ratios fell quickly. Under Augustus, the denarius was about 95% silver. Later, it dropped to around 50%. Then it fell below 5%. Coins that looked the same but were no longer really silver flooded the market. People noticed. You could feel it just by holding them. And then it happened. Inflation. Prices exploded. Wheat that once cost a single denarius now cost dozens. Soldiers said, "We can't survive on this pay." Merchants refused to accept the coins. People returned to barter. As trust disappeared, the state printed even more money. And the more it printed, the more trust vanished. A perfect vicious cycle. This process slowly hollowed Rome out from the inside. By the 3rd century, things were completely out of control. Emperors rose to power and were killed within months. Plagues, civil wars, economic collapse. The state tried to force prices down, declaring, "You can't sell above this price." The punishment was even death. But it didn't work. Because the problem wasn't prices. It was the money itself. Eventually, Rome abandoned the denarius. It introduced the gold solidus instead. It was stronger and more trustworthy. It saved the Eastern Roman Empire for a while. But for the Western Roman Empire, it was already too late. The economy was hollowed out. Trust was gone, and the system had collapsed. And this is where the crucial point begins. This is not just Rome's story. Centuries later, the same thing happened in Germany. It happened in Zimbabwe. Different names, different times, but the same script. States borrow, spending grows, money gets printed. At first people say, "It'll be fine." Then prices spiral out of control. Savings melt away. Ordinary people suffer the most. Those who hold real assets survive. Those who live on wages get crushed. Today's modern world isn't very different. Money is no longer tied to gold, paper, digital numbers, central banks. The appearance is different, but the logic is the same. The value of money erodes slowly. No one notices all at once. But over the years, people start asking, what could we buy with this money before? The people of Rome never thought their money would become worthless one day. Neither did the Germans. Neither did the Zimbabweans. No one ever does, until it happens. Rome tells us this: when money breaks, society breaks. When trust is gone, the system collapses. And when the barbarians reach the gates, the job is already done. The real destruction doesn't come from outside the walls, but from inside the treasury. If this story made you think, this isn't just history, it's about today, then it has done its job. because history does not forgive those who fail to understand it.